Yeah. Waiting on my people to get here. Yeah. Ah, 10,000. What's that about? You go to YouTube to see where my people be. Where the heck my people at? I think they're coming in. I really think they're getting here. Yeah. Right now. Oh heck no. What's this? Go live. There we go. Why am I acting like this is my first time? Okay. Oh snap, we got a bunch of people up in here. Welcome everybody. Welcome. How y'all doing? How do y'all be? Come on in, come on in. Good to see ya. Did y'all miss me? I know I haven't posted in a couple of days. I do apologize. But today I put content out there in the world. The second channel got a video today. Go check that one out. It's a pretty good one. What else? Where else I put content? Rumble got 3 music uploads from me today. We talking Logic, NF, and Upchurch. Go check out my Rumble. What else? Instagram. Both the Art of Kickz and the Different Perspective page, both of them got content today. Yes, sir. And I found a movie for Patreon that I want to do. I found a movie. It was recommended on TikTok as being a good horror film. And tomorrow, I'm going to do that movie reaction. Patreon. I'm looking forward to that. And everybody that has been copping merchandise as of recently, all that merchandise is going to be going out the door first thing in the morning. Actually, we got to get through this live stream so that I can go ahead and get those orders all together for you guys. But we are here. It's time for some Mr. Bowling. We gonna wait until we hit that magical number. Make sure we got enough people in here for the show. Because people gonna want to hear this story from beginning to end. We got 206. We're gonna wait till we hit 250. And I'm gonna do my intro too. But while we're here, as of now, we'll go ahead and shout out some of you guys. We got Abigail. She was the first one up here. Gemini Queen, the first moderator. Jonathan, Miss Hatcher, I see you up in here. Tiff, I see you. What's good with you? Unreal. Saying Goku. What's popping? No, Vegeta's my favorite, but hell, you come close second. Anya, what's popping? Ern, what's up? Miss Panda. Ali. Free Kick. Steven. Tamara. Dreadhead, what's good with you, my boy? Emily. Jay Wells. Ann. Dennis. Christopher Hernandez, what's popping, my boy? Giovanna. Hunted Expedition, was good. AOK Mafia in the building. What up, Cinnamon? Big Mark, I see you up in here, lady. What's good with you? You doing all right? Good to see you. Mary. We got Life with JCI. Was good. We're at 238. We're almost there. We need 12 more to go, and I'm gonna do what I do, baby. We got the Gold Millions. We got Oasis. I see you up in here. I see you up in here. Yes, sir. Colorblind. Are you colorblind for real? Which colors are you blind to? Look, I'm asking stupid questions, but it's time. What up, LK Mafia? It's your boy Art of Kickz, and just like that, we back with another one. Mr. Ballin', yeah, with another story. This one is titled, "This Ritual Will Kill You." Distressing images. Oh, this should be good. We're gonna get a yellow mark for this. Let's get it together, Mr. Ballin. Let's go. Hold on. Let me. Oh crap! I just knocked over my beard oil. Good thing it ain't open.
There are many extreme religious practices and rituals out there, but there may be none more extreme than the Buddhist monk practice of Shokusenbutsu. This brutal...
Oh, my buddy knows about this. He done told me something about this. Never mind. I've heard him say so, but whatever Mr. Ballin just said.
Ritual was created in 835 AD, and since then, over 1,000 years, countless monks have tried to do it. However, only 24 have ever actually been successful. Today, I'm going to walk you through...
Pause. I'm sorry, but if this was created in something 18 AD, what a long time ago, and only 24 Buddhist monks have completed this ritual successfully, then that's mean a lot of people have lost their lives trying to do this. I assume. I could be wrong.
Walk you through the 3 phases of this ritual, and at the end I'm going to show you pictures of what a successful Shokusenbutsu looks like.
What? We go, oh, pictures, not a video, just pictures. Okay, good, I guess, because if it's videos, there's gonna be some fools that's gonna try this mess. Deanna Sanchez, new channel member, and Aaron. That's what I wanted to call you. Shout out to you, new channel member up in here. Gemini Queen over here blessing the channel and the chat yet again with some more channel memberships. Y'all better snatch them. While you at it, better thank her.
However, be warned, the images are very disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised. But before we get into that,
we like disturbing stuff with viewer discretion advised. This might not be a family channel tonight.
Story. If you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So, if that's of interest to you, the next time the like button is counting something really important, start shouting out random numbers to mess them up. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story.
Like Mr. Ballin said, please subscribe to our channels if you're not already.
Buddhists believe that human life is a constant cycle of birth, suffering, and then death. And then you're reborn, you suffer again, you die again, over and over and over again.
You know what? I must be descended to the Buddhists or something, because I believe the exact same thing. I never thought of it like, maybe not the exact same thing, because I ain't think of the whole suffering aspect of it, even though there's so much truth to that, because who isn't or who hasn't suffered in their life? But I do believe in the rebirth. Spirits never die.
And then you're reborn, you suffer again, you die again, over and over and over again, forever, unless you're able to achieve enlightenment, or nirvana, as it's called.
Correct.
However, no one really knows what nirvana actually is, what it looks like, what it feels like, where it is. Buddhists will say that the only way to actually understand nirvana is to experience it yourself. It's kind of like trying to describe to someone what chocolate tastes like. You can use any number of superlatives to describe the flavor, but until that person bites a piece of chocolate, they won't really fully understand it.
That was a great analogy, because yeah, you can't explain what chocolate tastes like to nobody. They have to try it for themselves. And I guess it's the same thing with nirvana.
And so the goal of all Buddhists is to try to attain nirvana. And every day, hundreds of millions of Buddhists all around the world try very hard to do just that. But within Buddhism, there is a small subset of practitioners who have effectively dedicated their entire existence to attaining nirvana. And these people are the famous Buddhist monks. It is extremely difficult to become a Buddhist monk, because the sacrifice is enormous. You have to leave your family, your friends, society, all your possessions, your name, your status, everything, and go live in a monastery, which is a kind of isolated place where...
It's almost like going to jail. It's almost like going to jail to some extent. Yo, Doc, I was literally just talking to my buddy. I literally just got off the phone with him, and I was telling him how we need to go ahead and schedule our ghost hunt. Once we find out exactly what it is that we're gonna do, I will reach out to some of my viewers to see if any of you guys would potentially want to go with us. Yeah, I think it'll be dope. But like I said, I was literally just talking to him about that. Not 5 minutes before the live stream. Because we got a couple of trips coming up this month, but we want to make some room for that within the following month or two.
Monks live, and there you will spend your life living this very simple, very strict religious life where basically all you do is try to attain nirvana. As a result of this extreme lifestyle that Buddhist monks live, they have developed a reputation for being some of the most disciplined people on the planet. But even by Buddhist monk standards, their sacred ritual of Sokushinbutsu takes discipline to a whole nother level.
It's about to get good.
Last week, our company decided that we needed to hire a graphic designer. And so I got tasked with finding candidates. Now, I got no idea how to do that. And so now...
Shout out to Mr. Ballin for growing so exponentially big that he had to make his name a company. he got a whole team behind him. Something I honestly should have done a long time ago, but just about to get around to it this year.
Naturally, I went on Google and I looked up where can I find good graphic designer candidates. But I accidentally wrote malnourished, angry saltwater crocodiles.
You didn't accidentally write that.
Instead of good graphic designer candidates. An easy mistake to
No, it ain't. It's not an easy mistake.
make. But because I didn't catch it, before long, me and old Single Lung were stuck up in northern Australia.
Not Longy.
Up to our lacrimal puncta in Crocodilus porosus. Now, of course, me and Lung did our best to try to calm these beasts down and try to teach them graphic design to make the most of this work trip. But
maybe you should have hired humans.
these salties were just not that interested in graphic design, and they lacked basic finger dexterity. And so it was as we were sitting up in this tree, hiding from this bask of angry salties down below, that old Lung jumped up and threw a javelin directly into my heart.
Hey, when he said Lungy was trying to help him tame these crocodiles, all I could picture Lungy was being like the WB frog. He's talking.
And said, "Apa miertnem hesnalod ZipRecruiter," which of course in Hungarian means, "Dad, why didn't you just use ZipRecruiter?" And boy was old Lungy right. ZipRecruiter uses its powerful technology to both find and match the right candidates to your job. ZipRecruiter also has a user-friendly dashboard with a full suite of tools that will allow you to filter, review, and rate your applicants all in one place. And now, with the invite to apply feature, it lets you immediately access a list of candidates with qualifications that match your job description. See a candidate who'd be perfect for your job? ZipRecruiter makes it easy to send a personal invite to them and other top choices.
I'm about to start sending some people that I know to ZipRecruiter because I'm tired of people coming to me thinking that I can do the task for them. I'm like, look, I got my own business that I'm taking care of. I cannot do this for you. Like, I can't even help you. No, you cannot pay me for my services because the services that you are asking for of me don't exist from me. Go hire somebody else. I don't do this. I do me.
See how much easier hiring is with ZipRecruiter, which is the #1 rated hiring site according to G2 satisfaction rate.
And this is what I got to tell them. ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site. Why am I helping this man? But look, listen, I'm for real because I'm tired of people coming to me. Hey, can you draw me a tattoo? No, I'm not a tattoo artist. Hey, can you help me with my YouTube channel? No, I'm not a YouTuber. Wait, yes, I am, but I still can't. Leave me alone.
As of January 1st, 2022, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And now
you see, you get a quality candidate, somebody that's qualified to do your task, whatever you need from them. Hire them, use them. You get it the first day.
You can try ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/MrBallin.
And guess what? It's free to find your candidate.
Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/MrBallin. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Okay, back to
For real, because asking me is not it. Don't ask me.
the story.
I cannot help you. Hey, see, look, even Gemini Queen, my moderator, she said she found her job on ZipRecruiter. Go get you some.
Sokushinbutsu was created over 1,000 years ago up in the rugged mountains of northern Japan by a sect of Buddhists called the Shingon. And the Shingon believed that you could attain nirvana through physical punishment. And out of that idea was born the incredibly brutal Sokushinbutsu ritual. In short, Buddhist monks can choose to participate in this ritual, and if they successfully complete it, they might attain nirvana. But they won't know until the ritual is over, meaning it's kind of like a big gamble. Put yourself through absolute hell, and maybe you have this huge payoff, but maybe not. However,
Hold on, this seems like brainwash of some sort.
trying to attain nirvana through other means was really difficult. There was no other really clear pathways to nirvana, and so having this one distinct pathway, no matter how difficult it was really appealing. And so since its creation, hundreds and hundreds of Buddhist monks have tried it. And maybe less than 100 have actually successfully completed it. And then of that 100 or less, only 24 have actually attained nirvana through this process. The instructions for Sokushinbutsu are actually quite simple.
Wait a minute. This is crazy. So Mr. Ballin said, after all of the people that have actually attempted this ritual, 24 people have successfully obtained nirvana. How? What is nirvana? To me, it's almost like a version of Ultra Instinct, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z. How do they know? Wait, hold on. How did they? Look, now I feel like I need to do some research. I know I love to research. Is nirvana supposed to be up there with the divine power, or is nirvana a step beneath divine? Because obviously, to be divine would mean to kind of live on a spiritual level, almost as if you're a godlike or are godlike. But where does nirvana fall? Let me listen. Don't tell me.
There are 3 phases. Phase 1 is called Moku Jikagayo, which roughly means tree eating training, and it's primarily focused on the monk's diet. It takes 1,000 days to complete this phase. However, most monks go much longer than 1,000 days. During this phase, monks will only eat byproducts of trees, things like seeds, nuts, tree bark, tree roots, pine needles, and they will collect all this food on their own. It should be noted, though, that some monks in this first phase will ingest small rocks. This is likely done because they are starving and they can't find food, and by eating the rocks take up space in their stomach and kind of curb their appetite a little bit. But because they don't actually digest the rocks, they're not technically breaking the phase 1 diet restrictions, and so they can continue on with this ritual. Additionally, during this first phase, the monks adhere to a very involved and strenuous physical exercise routine, and then whenever they're not foraging for food or exercising, they are meditating. At the end of the 1,000th day of phase 1, if the monk has survived, because sometimes phase 1 monks do die mostly from starvation, it is up to them if they are ready to move on to phase 2. This decision ultimately comes down to whether or not, 1, the monk actually adhered to the strict rules of phase 1, something really only that monk would know, and then 2, whether or not the monk actually believes they are spiritually ready to move on to phase 2. Phase 2 is much shorter than phase 1, but it is significantly more challenging. And so the monks going into phase 2, they really need to kind of bring their A game and have no second thoughts. They need to be fully committed to phase 2 in order to successfully complete it. For reference, most of the 24 monks who successfully attained nirvana through this ritual repeated phase 1, 2, or even 3 times just to make sure they really were ready. Phase 2 is called Nyojo, and it roughly translates to deep meditation. But a better way to think about what this phase entails is these monks need to enter into a sort of trance-like state, almost like an out-of-body experience, because what they're going to go through in this phase is so physically uncomfortable that unless you're able to kind of detach mentally, there's just no way to go through with it. And so during the second phase, the monks will sit down and meditate basically constantly for 100 straight days. And during that
What? Yo, what in the wait, what is phase 1 again? Did he say what phase 1? I kind of tuned out for a second. I had something else on my mind. I was thinking about switching these monitors. Anyway, listen. Phase 2 is so strenuous. And all it is meditating, but 100 straight days of meditation, which is insane because that's like a quarter of the year. 100 straight days of meditating. It's so difficult to pull off that for the first phase, people that actually succeeded in nirvana went through the first phase, which is tough. I don't even know what that is. 2 or more times just to make sure that they had it to prepare them for phase 2, which was just meditating. Do they get to eat, sleep, and poop?
time, they don't eat any more tree byproducts or rocks. Instead, they have a liquid diet. They drink a little bit of salt water, and they drink a lot of a very particular kind of tea. The tea is made from Toxicodendron verniculum tree bark, which contains the same toxin in poison ivy. Meaning, for phase 2, you basically just sit alone by yourself for 100.
Who the heck figured this out? What was these? Look, y'all need to upgrade the system. This is not how y'all should be doing this no more. If this was created in 18 something AD, y'all need to bring it back to 2020, because y'all, how you gonna sit here and drink poison that's the I can't even talk no more, equivalent to poison ivy? No. Poison ivy touching the skin. I can only imagine what it's doing down your throat, and you're drinking a lot of it? God, crazy.
Days while simultaneously drinking a poisonous tea that causes a massive allergic reaction inside of your throat and stomach that causes an intense itching sensation inside of you that you cannot physically itch.
What did I just say? It sucks on your skin. I can only imagine what it's doing inside of you. What? 100 days of just I can't scratch it, and I can't act like I'm itching either. That's wow. Nope. No monkeying for me.
Also, this poisonous tea gives you explosive diarrhea, and it makes you vomit a lot.
Wait a minute. So do they get to explode their diarrhea and vomit too? Are they sitting on buckets when they meditating? What's going on?
If you somehow manage to survive all 100 days of phase 2,
there's no way.
And unfortunately, many monks don't.
Right. They die, don't they? Or what happened to them? They quit? They give up? I would. I'm giving up. I'm not even starting. That's how much I'm giving up.
You automatically move on to phase 3.
What's that? Die and be resurrected?
Unlike phase 1, phase 2 never gets repeated, most likely because it almost certainly would be fatal to do so. Phase 3 is either the easiest or the hardest part of the Sokushinbitsu ritual, depending on how you look at it. It doesn't have a name like the other 2 phases.
Shout out to Christopher for the $8 dono. How does phase 3 not have a name? Is because almost nobody has ever made it to phase 3? Or because y'all lazy and haven't given it a name after 800 or 18 AD? What?
Perhaps because so few people make it to this part of the ritual. But regardless, phase 3 definitely has a strict set of rules like the other 2 phases.
See, this is not how you reach nirvana. This can't possibly be, because if you sitting here talking about, you gotta make yourself extremely uncomfortable while sitting down for 100 straight days by drinking some tea that's made out of something that shouldn't be made out of, being so uncomfortable and itchy all throughout the inside of your body, and you can't scratch it because it's on the inside, it's not on the outside. Having to freaking constantly vomit nonstop and diarrhea when you don't even have anything in your system to vomit or poop out. I forgot the point that I was getting to because I'm just in utter disbelief right now. That can't possibly be. No, this is not Nirvana. This is, I'm not going to disrespect the monks because I love them.
The Phase 3 monk has a small pine box that has no windows built just for them. It needs to be big enough that they can sit inside of it in the lotus pose, which is how they typically sit when they're meditating. And then once it's all built, the monk climbs into this box. They put a lid over the top of it, but they put a bamboo shoot, like a bamboo pole, through the cover of this box. So there is a breathing tube for this monk inside of this box. And then they lower the monk inside of the small pine box 10 feet into this hole in the ground. And then once they ensure the bamboo pole is going to be above ground so they can breathe, they fill the hole in with charcoal. Before we cover what happens next in Phase 3, you need some context about what this ritual is actually doing to the monks performing it.
No, what? It's already impossible. You gonna put me in a dang old hole past 4 feet past what they bury people in, not 6 foot under, 10 foot under, gonna stick a bamboo stick into the ground for me to breathe through. I'm already breathing like this. I got asthma. I'm supposed to breathe through. That daggone air is taking a long time to go through that long piece of bamboo bark. I meant twig. I meant bark. I meant whatever it is. And you gonna put some coal down it? That's just gonna make it that much harder to breathe. I'm gonna die down there. I'm gonna cease to exist. That's probably what happened to the other 76 monks that attempted this. This is crazy.
Phase 1, tree eating training, serves two purposes. The first is it's kind of like a big gut check. It really shows who wants to do this ritual and who doesn't.
See, that you can't be dang. That's not part of Nirvana right there. It's a gut check. They're just trying to see if you really about this life or not. What? No, that should be the pre-qualification to the Phase 1. You should do that before Phase 1.
It's kind of like if you can't complete Phase 1, you certainly can't complete Phase 2 or Phase 3. So it's like a filter. It weeds out the weak monks. The second purpose of Phase 1 is to literally shrink the monk. The tree-eating diet, combined with the constant physical exercise, removes all of their body fat and a lot of their muscle. And so they're incredibly lean by the end of Phase 1. And this will be significant when we talk about the end of Phase 3. Phase 2, deep meditation phase, serves two purposes as well. The first purpose is that it puts the monk into that trance-like state, and then the second purpose it serves is the toxin inside of this poisonous tea kills off all of the naturally occurring bacteria and parasites inside of the monk.
And it's also killing the monk, because this man just survived off of how long of eating just tree bark to the point of being skin and bones? And now you trying to kill everything else inside of him? No, you're just trying to kill him. You're just trying to take his life. That's all. Just say that. I couldn't dare. This is crazy.
Again, that will become significant when we get to the end of Phase 3. Speaking of which, so in Phase 3, the monk is put in their box, they're lowered 10 feet into the ground, the breathing bamboo shoot is installed, the charcoal is dumped on top of them, and then for several days, the third phase monk will sit in total darkness and meditate constantly, and each day, they have a bell down there with them, they ring the bell. That's the only thing they have to do besides meditate. And above ground, there is a team of monks that are supporting this ritual, and they're listening for that bell. And the first day they don't hear the bell, it means the monk in the box has completed the ritual, and now it is time to see if they have attained nirvana. In Buddhism, someone whose body...
What if it just means that if they didn't hear the bell, then that monk has That's passed on to the next life. Come on now.
Body does not decay, aka a mummy, is someone who has cheated death. And to cheat death is to remove yourself from the vicious human life cycle of birth, suffering, death, repeat. Meaning, becoming a mummy is a way to attain nirvana. And
you see what the freak I mean? I knew it. And they're killing them. First, they starve them. Then they put poison in their body and tell them that they have to sit. Like I said, again, I'm not trying to disrespect the monks here. I love y'all. I really do. But this is crazy. This, as a non-monk like ourselves, to us, this is crazy. Like, again, no disrespect, but to us, this is crazy. Because what it sounds like to us, non-monkians, non-monks, sorry, didn't mean to say that. But it sounds like, look, I'm apologizing so much because I honestly wanted to go live as a monk, not to this extreme. But if you've been watching this channel long enough, I have told y'all I wanted to go live as a monk for about 6 months. That's it. That's all I can do. But this sounds extreme. To reach nirvana, they have to slowly kill you. First by starving you of the foods that you're used to eating and only allow you to live off of tree bark so that you can become frail, no muscle, skin and bones. And then to poison you. And then to bury you. And it's like, okay, your body has reached this degree of stress that is so straining upon you that if you can live in this hole that's deeper than 6 feet, we're talking 10, if you can survive in this, and plus we're going to obstruct your airway, if you can survive this hole for 1 day, 24 hours, you have achieved nirvana. It's basically you have put your body through the worst thing that it can possibly go through, and you survived it. This is no, not me. No.
Okushinbutsu is a self-mummification ritual. Phase 1 shrinks the monk's body, it removes their fat and muscle, it also removes a lot of moisture inside of their body, and their diet also withholds nutrients to all of the bacteria and parasites that naturally occur inside of their bodies. And so those bacteria and parasites that normally would play a big role in helping decompose your body after death begin to die off. And so the cumulative effect
the stuff that helps you, oh my god, that's so crazy. The stuff that helps you decompose in your body, there's like they're killing that stuff off.
Of phase 1 on these monks is that if they were to die at the end of phase 1, their decomposition would be drastically slowed. It wouldn't be mummy status, but it would be close. The phase 2 poisonous tea, that toxin that they're drinking, that kills off the remainder of the bacteria and parasites that did not die during phase 1. Also, all the vomiting and diarrhea completely dehydrates them, which aids in slowing down decomposition after death. Finally, phase 3 is the death phase.
Look, y'all, I am blown away right now because I didn't know that this is something that they did. They're putting your body, they're prepping your body while you're still alive for mummification. And if you survive the mummification process, you have reached nirvana. Wow. What? I gotta talk to my buddy about this. I wonder if he knows. He's half Asian. And he knows a lot.
The monk goes into their tomb, they're buried underground, and they ring that bell each day to tell the people on the ground that they are still alive. And then when the bell stops ringing, it means the monk in the box is dead. At which point the crew on the ground removes the bamboo breathing pole.
And just leave them down there, because what's the point, right? They're just leaving them down there, right? Right? There's no point. I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine being going through phase 2 and then being buried, and you're just breathing, just trying to survive that. How long do they have to stay down there for phase 3? Because each day they're supposed to ring the bell to let them know that they're still alive. And the people that, if you make it this far and you don't survive phase 3, you're dead.
And lets the body sit in the box underground for another 1,000 days. And then after 1,000 days, they pull the box up, they lift the lid off, and if there is little to no signs of decay on their body, it means the self-mummification ritual worked, they're a mummy, they've attained nirvana, and now their body is holy. And so they're brought out of the box, they're dressed in robes, they're placed in the monasteries, and
okay, so this is way worse than I thought. This is way worse than I thought. Give me a second. This is wow. 10 times worse than I thought. They're doing this on purpose. So once they stop ringing the bell, it's supposed to get to that point. It's supposed to get to the point of them no longer ringing the bell. If they rung the bell, it means that they're still alive. Oh, you got some more time down there then. Once they stop ringing the bell, oh, okay, cool, good. We'll come back in 1,000 days. 3 years. We'll come back in 3 years to make sure that, you know, that your body has done what it's supposed to. And if the mummification process, if it has slowed, if it looks like it barely occurred, if you look almost still alive, then you have achieved nirvana. No, I'm sorry, but where I come from, you just dead. No offense, monks, but I don't think that's not nirvana. I don't think. Look, don't come after me. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm about to get in trouble. Don't cancel me. Darn it, too late. This is live. I just got canceled. It was nice knowing you guys. What this sound like to me was more so like, you know what, this monk lifestyle is too strenuous, and the best way out of it that is considered the highest regard of respect is for me to go through the nirvana process, or through the ritual, I should say, the nirvana ritual. I could be completely wrong in saying this, but it could almost sound like, you know what, I would rather, because I'm over here thinking about people from Western society, right? If they were to go live as monks and then they're being told that, hey, you cannot leave the monastery, you have to do this for the rest, you have to be here for the rest of your life, and then they hear about this nirvana ritual, they hear about this ritual, and they think, you know what, I want to go through the ritual because I no longer want to be here. So they go through the ritual, and yeah. So I almost feel like I need to take it back a bit, because Mr. Ballin said if the mummification looks like it's a minimum, then you have achieved nirvana. But I'm assuming if the mummification, or, you know, the breakdown of flesh and skin down to bone is too much, then you haven't achieved nirvana. That's my assumption. I could be wrong.
Breathing pole, and then lets the body sit in the box underground for another 1,000.
Yes, Denise, that's what I was thinking too, but I didn't want to say that. They come after us content creators for having opinions.
1,000 days. And then after 1,000 days, they pull the box up, they lift the lid off, and if there is little to no signs of decay on their body, it means the self-mummification ritual worked. They're a mummy, they've attained nirvana, and now
Nate said, don't worry, Art of Kickz. The monks are most certainly not going to see the live stream. They've never even seen a phone before. This I know, but you know.
their body is holy. And so they're brought out of the box, they're dressed in robes, they're placed in the monasteries, and they are worshipped.
Hey, this was a chubby guy right here. He went through that whole process and still had some meat on his bones.
As for the unlucky monks who get to the end of Sokushin Butsu, but are found to be decomposing inside of their box when they're brought back up again, they're just placed back inside of their pine box and buried, and they are not worshipped. Sokushin Butsu was made illegal in Japan in the late 19th century, but we know monks continued to practice it into the 20th century, and in theory, today, monks still might practice it in secret.
Wow. In secret?
So that's going to do it.
That's so crazy to think that this is something that was banned, but as what is considered to be the most disciplined people on earth, they're still willing to do something, even though it has considered to be illegal, right? Wow, this was a tough one. I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, somebody laughing at Steve. What Steve say? Oh, he got shades on for that bright future that he went into. That look, I'm trying not to laugh here because I feel a cancellation coming on. Yo, that was a good one though. That was a good one, Steve. Darn it, I wish I can be witty on the internet. Y'all, I shouldn't even be laughing at you right now, Steve. Darn you, trying to get me canceled again. Yo, I feel like I get canceled every day, honestly. The channel's been losing over like 1,300 followers each month. I'm like, dang, this is not fair. They're mad because I didn't get to another ghost hunt. I mean, don't y'all know I was sick? I've been sick for a long time. Just now finding out what's wrong with me. And like, leave me alone. Like, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to them, honestly, actually. And then Instagram too. Wow. Instagram is an interesting place too. I've been losing and gaining followers over there. I'll lose 100 just to gain 100 more the next day. It's wild. They don't like to see a different side of me. I'm like, dang, I'm trying to have fun over here. That's all that is. But like I said, if y'all want some entertaining and enjoyable content from me that's a little bit different than what y'all get over here, y'all want to laugh and some dark humor here and there, go follow me on Instagram, man. We have a good time over there. But don't come with that sensitivity, because it won't get you nowhere over here. But anyway, thank you for the $2 dono, y'all. We had a good time in here tonight. I got some more work to do after this, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. We're gonna be back in here tomorrow for the end of the week live stream. I know a lot of y'all are gonna be excited about receiving a live stream on a Friday night. Excuse me, I'm gonna be excited about it, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna get with the paranormal tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. That's right, Dreadhead. Health is way more important, which is why I'm prioritizing it. I got up this morning. I was able to finally go to sleep last night, you guys. I'm still talking for a little bit. I was finally able to go to sleep last night at a reasonable time. Usually it's been taking me anywhere between 3 to 5 in the morning to fall asleep. But and it's not because I don't be sleepy. It's because my anxiety and anxiousness won't allow me to sleep. But last night I went to sleep before 11, surprisingly. Woke up at a good time this morning, went to the park. I didn't think I would have it in me to do any content today, but I went to the park, walked around, cleared my head for about 2 hours or so. Felt so good, was able to come home and knock out a ton of content. And yeah, I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. Wake up, I'm gonna go to the park, get out there in nature, in the fresh air, breathe all that good fresh air in, so that it can, do what it need to do for my soul, spirit, and mind. But anyway, y'all be safe, have a good night, and I'm gonna see you guys in tomorrow night's live stream. Later.